how I know Coach has talked a little bit about getting new analytics software and getting those numbers. What is some of the things that you use, some of the numbers that provide those real deep analytics that maybe you hadn't been aware of before?
Um, Definitely before I came, been enrolled here, I haven't looked at as many numbers as we do now. We use this thing called HD Intelligence to track all the numbers of our game, defensive rebounding, offensive rebounding, what five guys on the court plays the best together, which ones don't, how many shots we're taking, how efficient we are. It's just a lot, but it's great. It helps us prepare for each team, we're about to face, and even helps us get better with our, offense and defense.
Individually, is there things that you use that you feel like has kind of helped your tangible success?
Yes, I do. I asked Coach TJ Ryan, could I get a individual scout from HD Intelligence on, what I need to improve on, where I need to shoot better from, and especially my free throw percentage. I just want to increase every stat I have to be the best version of me.
What kind of difference does that make for y'all, as Quentin said, when he looks up in the upper deck from the nosebleeds and sees fans getting ready for the game? What kind of difference does it make for y'all during the course of the game to have?
It makes a big difference. Coming out, the warm up, seeing some people already sitting down, in the nosebleeds, it makes you think like, oh, we might sell out the crowd today. Just coming into the Arkansas game, we were just happy to see a lot of fans. I told some of the teammates, it being my first SEC home game, it got loud. It got real loud, and it was just a great atmosphere. And I'm glad we have a lot of fans back in the arena now.
You don't play harder with more fans, do you? Because it seems like y'all always play hard, does it?
Oh yes, sir. That's what we're trying to build our identity off. Especially when we went to Corvallis to play Oregon State, it wasn't as many fans there. Not that was there for us. So we got to play hard every game. But having fans in there makes us play even harder. Even though we play hard every time, just knowing that the fans have our back, it makes it even easier.
What kind of advantage do you think you have with y'all's bench scoring? Is it that big of a deal to you?
I feel like it would definitely help. Having guys coming off the bench that are able to help, the starters, take some weight off them, that's good. Having multiple guys that score double figures or averaging, 8 or 9 more points, that's going to help in the long run.
And you're one of those guys. Do you ever, try to bend coach's ear about playing, getting in the starting lineup?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. I never want to. I know he has enough on his plate, so I never come in with that. I know my time will come, so I just, play my role and, be the best I can be in that role, and I feel like that'll help us.
What have you learned about this team? You guys have won conference on the road, won a conference game at home now. Just where do you feel like you guys are at? What have you learned about this team?
I learned that, we first of all, we really know how good we can be this year. Coach Buzz has told us this summer how the line of our team is, defensive rebounding, free throws, and offensive rebounding. It's just we're trying to do those things and get better at those things because we know that can take us a long way. We go into every game, thinking about the same thing, having big rocks. One of the big rocks for Ole Miss is, transition defense. So we're going to go into that game, trying to stop them in transition, and hopefully that leads us to a win.
Wade, what's been the biggest difference when you've been able to separate in these games, and then you're like, oh man, now they're close again.
Yeah.
The other team. I know the other teams are good, right?
Uh-huh.
But what's been the biggest difference in your mind when you've been able to separate versus when you kind of hit a lull?
Normally when you separate, you relax, and we've relaxed those first 2 games, going up by 17 in both games, and then Georgia winning at the buzzer beater and kind of against Arkansas, hitting a shot to take us over, but we just gotta continue to stay locked in. If we up by 17 or by 7 or not or down by 7, just continue to stay level-headed and finish the game out strong.
Is it a mental thing, or is there something that you guys are actively working on, I guess, to have better finishes and that?
A little bit of both. Stay mentally locked in, and then physically, make sure we make our free throws to not make the game longer. We missed a couple of free throws that we left points on the boards for them to be able to come back. So just mentally stay locked in, stay together, complete the game, and physically just do everything we can to make sure they don't come back.
Going back to the numbers and the analytics, is there I know you can see like, hey, we need to improve on free throws or stuff we need to improve on. Is there confidence that comes from seeing maybe you were successful at an aspect of the game that you didn't really know you were that successful in?
Oh yes, most definitely. Seeing those numbers, seeing that you are better than what you think you are, really helps. We just finished shooting free throws. Actually, when we finished watching film, everybody had to make a certain number, and it's just going into every game thinking about getting better. Like the numbers, yeah, that's the numbers, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there and play hard.
Is there an aspect of your game that you didn't know you were as good as when you saw the numbers?
I would say my assist to turnover ratio. You know, starting off it was probably a 1-1, but I feel like over the time he got better. You know, less turnovers, more assists. Just trying to keep that turnover number down and keep the assist number high. It's good. Thank you.
Thank you.